Guys, we're back at HDG Cars. Now this car arrived from Japan literally 2 days ago. It arrived at HDG showroom this morning, and this is exactly how it looks with no prep, no change into anything, tyres, engine, inside, outside, whatsoever. This is exactly how a Toyota Prius 2018 model with nearly 80,000 miles arrives from Japan. Let's have a look. So guys, today at HDG Cars, instead of doing a normal review, we're going to show you what happens when cars like these, fresh imports, actually arrive at the showroom. We look at the condition of the car, what we inspect in terms of engine, inside, outside. This includes what condition we expect the car to be in, what we inspect before the car ever reaches the customer and the car gets sold, and more importantly, what could ever make us reject a car even after it's come all the way from Japan. Now guys, the first thing we do is very simple. It's the eye test. We look at the car exactly how it is when it arrives. So the car has come to the showroom this morning, freshly imported, just arrived, and we do the eye test. Very simple. We look at the car. As you can see, it hasn't been cleaned, hasn't been touched, anything. Has just come from the Southampton port to Birmingham today. The car is not clean, but it does help us. It makes it easier to see any scratches, any dents or anything. Now, there is a lot of marks on the car, but it is just stains. If we take a look, the bodywork on this one specifically looks pretty mint. Can't really see any scratches or dents or anything, nothing major at least. So guys, we'll also look for any paint differences, cracks, anything that doesn't look like it belongs where it is. Guys, we also look at panel gaps around the whole car, including the boot, the bonnet, doors, wings, etc., everywhere around the car. If the gaps are uneven or even look a bit weird, it could suggest that the car was a previous accident, damage, repair. But this car looks pretty good. I don't see anything uneven, anything strange about this car when it comes to the panel gaps. So that does suggest, guys, that this car is not a previous accident, damage, repaired. Now guys, the second thing that you check on these cars is the paperwork from Japan. Now, as a customer, because technically we are the customers, we are importing these cars from Japan, we check two things to understand the condition of the car correctly. First thing is the auction sheet. Now the auction sheet is what we look at before we even buy the car. It shows the mileage, what scratches or dents or anything are on the car, and the overall grade and condition of the car. Now, on average, these Priuses, if they are good condition, they'll be anywhere from a grade 3.5 to a 4. Because they are used, they can't be a grade 4, 4.55. It's very rare that you'll get it like that on a used car. But guys, if you want to see the auction sheet of this car, I'm going to put it somewhere on the screen. You'll see it, pause the video, have a look, and see if it matches the condition of this car. Now guys, the second thing is this export certificate. Now this export certificate is what is given to us when the car lands from Japan into England. Now, what does it show? Guys, it doesn't show very much aside from the mileage that was recorded over the years during Japan. It does help you get a roundabout estimate of what the mileage should be on this car when it comes in England. And also there are two things that you need to check. Make sure that the VIN number, the chassis number matches the car that you've got, just to make sure it's correct. Otherwise the car can't get registered in the UK. And one more thing that doesn't allow the car to get registered in the UK, if the car has no spec number or class number, then you can't register the car at all and the car has to get sent back. As I said at the start of the video, there are very few things that force us to send the cars back to Japan. It is a big inconvenience for us, but sometimes it does happen. If the VIN number is wrong or there's no class and spec number, then we can't register the car in the UK and we have to send the car back. Guys, in a nutshell, what do these export certificates and auction sheets show us? Now, they just show us the condition of the car when it came from Japan and what we need to know about the car when it lands in England. For example, one thing you do need to look out for is extra scratches or dents that weren't on the car when it was in Japan. If you have a look at the auction sheet, it might say scratch or D as a dent or scratch during the time that it was in Japan. Now, this car probably didn't have any scratches or dents on it when it was in Japan, but let's say a scratch did happen to appear on the bonnet or a dent happened to appear on the bonnet when it came to England. Now that is a problem we have with the company that we get the cars off in Japan, as they're not selling the car as it was described. Or another issue that could be the car did get a scratch in the container when it was coming on the way from Japan. Now that's an issue that we do have to resolve with the logistics company. Now, again, make sure that the class number and spec number is on the export certificate and the VIN number matches it. Guys, what you can do with the chassis number as well is go on JAP report or vx.jp, Those are websites that show you the service records and any history it has from Japan. Now guys, the next thing we check is the underside of the car. We're going to look at the condition of the underside, look for rust, corrosion, leaks, and anything that might trouble us. Now guys, we're here now, we've put the car on the ramp. We're going to have a look at the underside of the car. Let's have a look at the condition and see if it's mint, which is what we expect, by the way. Guys, first thing I'll take a look at is the tyres. As you can see, these tyres have a good amount of tread, so they won't need changing. If you take a look at the inside edge, come on mate. Take a look at the inside edge. They're nice and clean as well. All the code and numbers are still there. So that does indicate that the alignment is good. If the inside of the cars have a lot of wear, then it does indicate that the car needs an alignment change or alignment sorting out. Now guys, one of the important things that separate imports from UK model cars is the undertray of these cars. Now look, as you can see, if you come closer, this car has the absolute minimal amount of rust. This car is nearly 10 years old now, and it's still this clean underneath, and it's gone through nearly 80k miles. Now look guys, no rust anywhere. I can't even see any sort of corrosion. If we take a look, the shocks look fine. Let's take a look at the shocks up here. The shocks are in good condition. There's no cracks, no leaking whatsoever. As you can see, the car has been on for a couple minutes now, I'd say, and there's still no signs of leaks anywhere, and no leaks even from the AC. Usually you get a bit of water leaking from the AC, which is completely fine, but this car is that mint that you don't even get the water leaks. But guys, what you should always look out for is oil leaks coming from around here. Any sort of coolant, literally anything that's not water. If it is leaking, there might be an issue with the car, and you should definitely get that checked out. This specific car is, Allahumma barik, in very, very good condition. No leaks, no rust, no corrosion whatsoever. Now, this is because in Japan, the roads are in a lot better condition than the UK models, and the undertrays, you can see why people prefer Japanese imports. Now guys, one thing that we have seen on this car specifically is that there have been a couple scratches here. Now, this shows that the person who might have owned this car, or whoever put this car on the container, has scraped it underneath. As you can see, it must have been something big and sharp, because it's gone around the whole underside of the front bumper. However, when the car is fully lowered, you cannot see it, but we will still get that sorted. It's not a major issue, but still something that we need to have a look at and see if there's any way that we can prevent this from happening. Now guys, the next thing we look at is the engine bay. Now you might be thinking what we're looking for in the engine bay. It's mainly that all the fluids, all the pipes, hoses, all that stuff are in good nick. So as you can see here and here is the coolant. The coolant is at a good level. There's nothing leaking, nothing dripping around. The hoses are intact. There's no rust or corrosion on any of the hoses. So the coolant, there's no worries about that. That's normal with Priuses. You don't really get any coolant issues with Priuses often. Now guys, the next thing we check is oil. I'm sure most of you know how to check the oil. There's a latch just here. If I pull that out, if you come closer, you can see that the oil is a little bit dark, but it is still at the correct level. So if I just take that off, as you can see, to be fair, the oil isn't as bad as I expected. So I'm just gonna put it in. We know that the oil is in good condition. The car may have been recently serviced, so we do not need to service it as of right now. But still, best thing to do is to check the car, start it, warm it up, then check the oil level again to see if it goes down or stays the same. If it stays the same, then it's good. If it goes up and down, then it might be a little bit different. Now guys, next thing we look at is the battery. Mainly, we just look at the terminals to make sure they're not rusting or corroding, as it can be dangerous and the car could just potentially die on you. But as you can see, these have no rust. The battery is in good condition. Now look, what do we look at in the engine bay in a nutshell? Just check for leaks. As you can see, this engine bay is completely dry. There's no leaks whatsoever. The coolant levels are at the right place. The oil is good as we just checked, and the battery terminals are in good condition. Now, engine bay is a pass. Now guys, we're going to start the car, have a look at the inside, make sure the AC, everything on the inside is working and is up to UK standard. Let's have a look. Now guys, I've just sat in the car. As you can see, the car was dead when it came from Japan, but that is very common with these imports as they've been sitting for a long time. The battery just needs a little jump, and from then it will go back to how it was in the first place. So now the car does start. Luckily, this car does come with 2 keys, which is very good, but both of them need new key batteries. Very easy fixes, literally cost £1 from the corner shop. But I'll have to start the car with the key like this. Now the car is in ready mode. As you can see, hybrid battery is working fine as the car is completely quiet. I've got the AC on. If I see here, the AC is nice and cold as expected with these imports. If you take a look at the screen is an aftermarket screen. Now that's an issue. Why? Because these aftermarket screens from Japan do play CD while the car is in motion. So if you put a DVD in the car, if I open this screen, if I do put a DVD in the car, it will play while the car is in motion, which is not legal. It's not road legal. So what we'll have to do is get this screen changed, or else it won't be able to get registered as it will fail the IVA. Now, if we have a look at the meter is mostly in Japanese and it is in kilometers. Now we'll need a full meter change to convert it into English. As you can see here, the car is 125,000 kilometers, roughly about 77,000 miles, nearing 80. But as you can see, guys, it does match the export and the auction sheet, which does show the correct mileage. Just to show you that our mileages are genuine. We literally haven't done anything to this car. We're going to change it to miles prior to the IVA, otherwise it won't pass. And the speed will also be changed from kilometers per hour to miles per hour. Now, another thing we check for is power steering. I'm turning the car left and right, and I'm doing it very easily. These Prius have really nice loose steering. But yeah, that shows that there's no weakness in the battery at all, and the power steering hasn't gone, so there's no issues with the wheels whatsoever. Now, another thing we do check is that all the windows are working. So if we go up and down very easily, back windows are working as well. And yeah, that does show that the fuses are in check. The car switches gears very smoothly. I've just put it in neutral. The park button is working. The handbrake is also working. As you can see, the red light does pop up in the top corner of the meter. And yeah, I think this car is ready for a test drive. We'll have a look and see if it drives well. Now guys, you might be hearing that beeping, you're wondering what it is. Obviously, I can't understand Japanese, I'm fluent in Japanese. So I know that beeping means that the key is not detected. However, if you look in the cup holder, the key is right there. This is because the key battery is dead, so the car won't recognize the key unless you put it right next to the push button. Now, as you can see, the test that I do is just checking that the steering wheel is straight. As you can see, the car's not veering left or right. As I'm steering straight, shows that there's no tracking needed to be done or alignment or anything of the sort. There's no malfunctions in the tires are fine. Now, what else do we look for? We make sure the indicators are working, we make sure the lights are working fine. These Japanese imports, one thing we are nearly guaranteed of, if the chassis number is not ZVW55, that means this car needs some fog lights installed. Now, for the IVA, we install fog lights on the bottom of the car. However, when the car gets plated, we do take that fog light off and install it how it would in the factory cars, in the backlights. Now, as I can see, the indicator is working fine. The steering is very smooth, and this car runs and drives just like every Prius should. Now, another thing to look out for is just the condition of the interior. See if the seats have any tears, rips, cigarette butts, anything of the sort. If the plastic is in good condition, no scratches whatsoever. This one is in very good condition. There's no like scratches or anything, wear and tear on this car. If we clean this car, I think this car will look very, very good and nearly new. Now guys, another thing I'm looking for while I'm driving this car is the brakes. Now I'm pressing the brakes and there's no sponginess or slack, which is a good sign. That means the brakes are in good nick. I'm going to press it a little bit hard. Let's see how quickly it stops. Stops very quickly. Very nice and very smooth brakes, and very abrupt as well, which indicate, guys, that there's no need for any new brakes or any sort of tightening of the brakes whatsoever. Now guys, as I'm going uphill, an important thing to check is the transmission. Now these have the CVT gearboxes, which means that they are not anything like the traditional 6-speed, 7-speed automatic gearboxes. These don't have any gears technically. They have drive, reverse. So What we're looking for, especially when we're going uphill as I am here, is for any noises, anything that doesn't seem smooth. You shouldn't really get any feel of gear changes in these cars. It should just feel like one gear as you're gaining speed, especially when you're going up the hill. Shouldn't make any strange noises, should just sound as your normal Priuses should. Now guys, we don't expect these cars to be in perfect condition. End of the day, they've come on a long journey from Japan over a couple months. They're not brand new. This one's on 77,000 miles. Look, but for the car, for the mileage, it's outstanding. The car is in beautiful condition, perfect for any taxi driver, for any family driver, literally anyone who is in the market for a Prius. This is a very, very good option. It's very modern for its age. Again, nearly 10 years old, we have to remember this, and it's still very modern. Obviously, we always check what needs changing and what needs preparing. From this video, we can see that the export, the paperwork is all fine, the bodywork is in good nick, the underseal is immaculate, the engine bay again is immaculate, but with the interior there is a couple of things that we need to do. For example, the meter needs to be changed to miles per hour and converted to be up to UK road legal standards. The screen needs to be changed again for road legal standards. And what else? The car does need a fog light installing. Now those are the main things that we need to do to this car, and aside from a clean, of course, which we will always do. But aside from that, a very good car, and I am extremely happy with the service that we have got with this car in terms of it coming from Japan. Guys, we've shown you what our cars are like at HDG Cars when they first arrive from Japan, with no changing, no updates to the car whatsoever. You tell us whether you think this car is a good condition car. Guys, you let us know if there's anything that you saw that we didn't on this car. If there's anything that you think needs updating, needs changing, needs servicing or repairing, and we'll happily take a look at it. Now guys, this car, I can't give a confirmed price as the car is not ready yet, but I'm going to guess it's going to be around 10,500 to 10,750, as it is a 2018 in amazing condition. Now, if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe. If you want to book an appointment and book a test drive for any of these cars, any of the cars at HDG Cars, whether they're ready or not, are available for a test drive and pre-order. If you want to reserve the car or just book an appointment in general, call this number right here or click the link in the description. Now, subscribe to HDG Cars, like and comment, let us know what you want to see next, and thank you guys for watching.